Still, humans began to change as well, almost as if we were meant to face them. Superhumans capable of wielding mana called Awakeners began to be born as well. This chaos, which everyone believed would last a long time with the constantly changing world, concluded quickly after an Awakener named Wu Jinchul created the Hunters Association, gathering them all under a single banner with the title of Hunter. Now, the world is split between the awakened hunters and the unawakened civilians. While some people need to work as hard as an ant to gain wealth, some people have it handed to them for nothing. This distinction makes those same ants sorely realize their limits. No matter how hard an unawakened tries, they will never be able to close the gap between them and an E-rank awakener. The world will come to an end if the hunters don't close the gates. In other words, while unawakens can't survive without awakeners, the awakeners can live fine without them. That is why everyone is thankful to the hunters. After all, aren't they the reason an unawakened like me can live in peace? But a worry began to grow in the corner of my heart. Am I just slowly growing accustomed to not having things? My missing parents, my survival which relies on others. Even those times where I felt like I could do anything. After having everything taken from me, a sense of helplessness filled the hole in my heart. My mother used to always tell me that I was becoming like my father quite well. So how would he have escaped this feeling of helplessness? Suho, an art teacher, came over. Good concentration today. Then Suho replied, "Ah, yes. What are you having so much fun drawing?" "Ah, I was just drawing whatever came to mind." "Were you drawing an ant?" "It's quite inventive for an ant." "Well, maybe it would be more appropriate to call it an ant person. Why did I even draw this?" Suho didn't even realize why he had drawn something like that. The scene shifts to the outside of the art classroom, where the gate was earlier. It seems the hunters have completed their raid. Some people waiting from the outside, shouting, "The hunters are coming out." It's a really relaxed atmosphere. Looks like the subjugation was successful. The hunters gather, sharing smiles and laughter. A guard talks to a hunter who recently came outside the gate. "Great job, Hunter Kim Jong-sui." Kim Jong-sui replied, "The dungeon subjugation was successful, and there is information that needs to be reported to the Hunter Association. We encountered a new type of beast. It was a humanoid beast that spewed blue flames from its eyes and mouth. It attacked with its claws and teeth, but it wasn't very strong." Hunter Kim Jong-soo said, "I got slightly scratched by the attack, but since there's no problem, it seems to be a minor beast. It's definitely a beast that hasn't been seen since the gates appeared. I'm glad it wasn't a dangerous one," the guard said. "Then, Mr. Hunter, please write a brief report on this subjugation." Hunter Kim Jong-soo suddenly doubling over in pain, his body glowing with an unnatural mana. Kim Jong-soo undergoing a painful transformation, his body contorting and changing. "Hunter Kim Jong-soo," the guard asked, puzzled. With surprised expression, the guard asked, "Hunter Kim Jong-soo, are you all right?" Suddenly, Hunter Kim Jong-soo opened his mouth wide and devoured the guard. The two female hunters who witnessed the scene were shocked by his sudden and bizarre transformation. Hunter Kim had devoured the guard, leaving everyone who witnessed it in utter shock. He then approached one of the female hunters, his eyes locking onto her as he muttered, "That blue flame. It's from the beast in the dungeon." Before she could react, she met the same grim fate as the guard. Everyone in the area panicked and scrambled in all directions. No one had expected such a disaster to unfold after the raid was supposedly over. Those who were bitten began transforming into monsters, spreading like a rampant zombie virus. Meanwhile, inside the classroom, Sung-ho noticed the chaos erupting outside. The students inside the classroom looked outside, bewildered by the chaos unfolding beyond the walls. With fear-stricken expressions, they muttered in confusion, "What's happening? What is that?" Their eyes are glowing blue. That blue flame, it's from the beast in the dungeon. Could it be that a dungeon break has happened? Panic grips the city as the chaos spreads. "What are you doing? Let's all run away!" "No! We should just wait here for the hunters." "Art instructor Lim, you're an awakener." "Do something about it," said one of the students. The art teacher said, "No, I'm just an E rank." Then, a monstrous figure emerged from the rooftop exit, slowly making its way toward the room where Suho was. As if preparing to leap, and just as expected, the monster leaped straight toward the window where Suho was. Suho screamed, "Run!" The monster crashed through the window, sending everyone inside into a frenzy of panic. "Everyone, run away!" A woman collapsed helplessly on the floor, trembling. "My legs, they have no strength." Suho glanced at the woman, torn between helping her or running for his own survival. Suho sprinted away, shouting, "I'll call a hunter!" "Damn it, what do you mean calling a hunter? It's practically the same as telling her to die. But as a non-awakened person, what can I do? Damn non-awakened." Blaming the situation helplessly won't change anything. Find what you can do, sung Suho. If it were Dad, what would he do in a situation like this? The monster drew closer to the helpless woman, its presence looming over her. With every step, her fear intensified, tears streaming down her face as she trembled in terror. The terrifying monster crept even closer to the helpless woman, then suddenly leaped with its mouth wide open, ready to devour her. But at that very moment, Suho had made up his mind. He couldn't just run away. With all his strength, he swung a fire extinguisher, striking the monster square in the face.